We need to talk about EA Sports' most explosive offenses and defensive power rankings.
All right.
There's a list, boys.
Explosive.
Okay.
One thing about this list, it gave me explosive diarrhea.
It did. What you did in the bathroom earlier.
Thank you for that visual.
Against
You're welcome.
humanity.
Thank you.
Okay, so obviously at this point, like I said about the toughest places to play, I think they're trolling, right? And it's working. I think this is engagement farming. Blaine thinks it's because they got a bunch of nerds making these rankings that don't know. They said they're using PFF, which, to be honest with you, is
a bunch of nerds who don't know
football. It's a bunch of nerds who don't know football, in my opinion. So let's just read some of this list, and then we're going to tell you where the problems are. Georgia 1. Okay.
Understandable.
Oregon 2.
Get it.
I get it. Bama 3. Texas 4. No problem. Ohio State 5. Should they be a little bit higher? Will Howard, we'll see. LSU 6. Miami 7?
They believe in Cam Ward, so do I.
But you don't know.
I don't believe in him 7.
Again, how are we?
And
So
then-
it's not just explosive offense. It's offensive power ranking.
This is power ranking.
Yeah, so Colorado 8.
What did you say earlier about Colorado?
I just think they, for some reason, they want Colorado to be.
They want them to be good so bad. They need them to be good. They put them at 8 here.
Like they do what? And wait till you see the defensive rankings. Colorado was like 125th in the world last year in defense. They've got Colorado 8, Missouri 9. All right, and I can keep going through this list. You got Penn State 12. I don't know if Drew Aller can throw a slant against somebody when it matters. Yet we got them at 12. Ole Miss at 13, to me, should get you life in prison. Like, it should get you life in prison. They return 80% of their production. Like, the fact that you have Colorado, Miami, and Penn State above Ole Miss.
The fact that Tennessee is not on this
Not on this list. Virginia Tech's on this list.
is, I can't tell, it's atrocious.
It's awful. Oklahoma State, not on this list, returns a bunch of production. This just, I think you're trolling. You got Texas A&M at 18. You don't got Tennessee on here.
Like, I just don't understand the metrics you use to get here.
You did. I don't think there are. I think here's the
brands.
There's no way
Here's a brand.
engagement farming.
Here's a brand.
Yeah,
You're having all the engagement you could ever want. There's going to be no more engagement when it comes to a video game company.
That's what I've said, but I don't think that's what they're going.
I think these are, but that's why people, when they see like the cool sounds and this cool gameplay and the uniforms look good, oh, that's great. Run an option play. Run an option play and let me see what the defensive players do in the game. That's how I know if you made a good game or not.
Is that USC at 25? Is that how low they are?
How is Tennessee not in the top 25 on offense? And you say, oh, Jake, they're breaking in a new quarterback.
7.
Okay, USC.
Miami's at 7.
Okay, USC. Yeah, Virginia Tech at 24. Drone's a good player, but we still really don't know yet. I mean, you look around, UCF breaking a new quarterback. Like, I mean, they got KJ Jefferson, but it's at a new place. Like, you can't make that argument. It's just bad, dude.
And
like,
if you think
so
this is bad, wait till you see the other.
Yeah,
this
throw the
one's
defense
not even
up
as
here.
bad as the other.
Throw the defense up here.
What are we doing?
Y'all have Colorado on this list at 20? At 20?
Colorado at 20.
There's 20 teams in the Big 12 I'd put ahead of them. There's not even 20 teams in the Big 12. Like, this is...
One, I think Iowa, especially this year, they're going to have a top 10 defense.
Iowa's a top 10 defense
Like
basically
always.
every year. They just had a white corner drafted.
2, Colorado plays 0 defense, and it's not like they went and got a bunch of great players out of the portal.
Yeah.
Nope, nobody.
LSU's got to prove it to me.
LSU still has to prove it. Is USC on this? How is USC?
Man, USC is higher in the defensive
And
rankings.
North Carolina plays 0 defense. No defense at all. I will sit here and I will say it again. These aren't football people. They don't know the game of football. They are software people.
But see, like, how do you not say, you know what? Software people, you do the software stuff, do the software, the hardware, the mediumware, whatever. But here's who you need to rank where. Why would you not go get experts to tell you this? Why would you have the same people? And listen, I don't have, just because a guy comes over and he's my plumber, doesn't mean I'm going to ask him who to bet on to win the Super Bowl. Like, these are two different things. Making a digital game work and then ranking the teams, those are two totally different skills to me.
How's Nebraska not on this list?
Yeah, with Tony White.
They're bringing back like 90% of their production on defense from
It's just, dude, it's like,
best defense in their conference.
it's bad, man.
So will this update week to week? Is
Yes.
that how it'll work?
Like,
Thank
it's to the point
God.
where I don't even care anymore if you think this list is okay.
You still care. You'll still play.
And you know,
But the game, it depends on how good the game is.
before we move on, I want to get to the Booster Club on this because I know we have a lot of people in there that got a lot of questions.
All right, let me get in here 1 second. Let's go to Maddie M. Maddie, what's up, brother? He says, the more NCAA information comes out, the more I think they are in love with Colorado and want them to be well. Do you think this is connected to Coach Prime?
Yeah, this is like, again, Travis Hunter's on the front, right? He's on the cover. It's like Travis Hunter, Quinn Ewers, and who's the other person that's on there? I don't remember.
Donovan Edwards.
Donovan Edwards.
Come on.
Okay. David, where is Michigan on this defense? They're at 7.
Which is too low.
So, like, my question would be, is Michigan, Texas, and go back to the offensive one real quick. Let's run a little thought experiment out here. All right, back to the offense. So Colorado's on here. Texas is on there. But Michigan's
not on there.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, seems fair.
That's understandable.
We don't know who's playing quarterback.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I do think they want Colorado to be so good. And it's really going to break y'all's heart when Colorado wins 4 games. Like, it's really going to break y'all's heart. But see, again, y'all don't need to do this. Y'all don't need to engagement farm, which I think is what it is, which, you know, again, it's America, do what you want. It's just bad, man. It's just bad. I just hope I hope the thing that the software people are supposed to be the best at, I hope that's good. And then we can update the rosters and the toughest place to play. I'm going to play the game. I'm super excited to play the game. Does this worry me a little bit? Am I a little bit nervy? A little bit nervy swervy on this one? A little bit, D. I am.
All right, let's go to Ricky V. What's up, Rick? He says, the more stuff that comes about this game, the more worried I get. Are they going to mess this game up just like they did Madden the last 5 years?
Look, I'm Optimus Prime.
Oh, God.
Okay? I'm hoping this is a stunt. I'm hoping they're pulling an Evel Knievel here. Game's going to be great. That's what I'm going to think to myself when I get the whole setup, when I go by the game, whatever. But there is a part in the back of my mind that is like, I really, 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 really hope this game doesn't suck. Not saying there won't be glitches. Look, there's glitches in every game they got to figure out and fix and this, that, and the other bugs and stuff. But this doesn't fill me with confidence, but I'm an optimist.
All right, next up is Mason in Mississippi. Mason, what's up?
The jar. That's what I call him.
In the SIP.
13th is all I got to say, man. That's just straight disrespectful. You can't do that to us.
Yeah, 13th on the rankings.
Yep. You know what's even worse than that is the defense going unranked. I want some of those developers to go line up a tackle or line up a halfback and meet Walter Nolan or Princely in the A-gap.
Mason,
line up against them and then tell me unranked again.
Mason, you know I've been talking about how I think Ole Miss is finally going to be as a complete of a team as Lane Kiffin has had, right? You know, last year you guys lead the SEC in turnover margin. Mm-hmm. You're third in disruption rate up front.
We weren't a bad defense at all last year.
But Mason, you know what? If you came to me and said, Jake, we got Ole Miss ranked as the 27th best defense, number one, I think Ole Miss would take that. And number two, I could say, you know what? That's a lot. There's some logic in that, right? There's some rationale in there. But if you come up to me and look me in the eyes as a grown-ass man and say, Jake, going into this year, Ole Miss is going to have the 13th overall rated offense behind Miami, behind Colorado, who's got about 4 guys up front that can play. All right, Clemson and Penn State, I may have to fight you on the spot. Like, it's that bad.
I will be fighting them on the spot. And what's crazy is loading into the game the first time. You know, go to quick play, Ole Miss versus Colorado. That's what I want to do. It's going to be hard to beat Colorado as Ole Miss. Trey Harris will be locked down by Travis Hunter. Colorado O-line is going to be blocking up Princely and Walter Nolan. That's just crazy.
By the time
that's a fantasy video game.
Mason, by the time we get to week 5, they won't be in the top 20. They may be 25th on offense by the time those rosters updated.
They may be 1-5, 6 weeks in.
And I'm just, again, y'all, you can hope in one hand and do something in the other and see which one fills up.
It's been like that first game for Colorado ain't a walk in the park either.
No, North Dakota State, no.
There's some tough boys up there.
Yeah, they just run the ball and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. I saw this hype train get started up last year, and you know how it went? Mm-hmm. You know that video of that old train on the bridge that collapses and like goes in the water? That's how it went.
We've already had some players on Twitter tweet some things out.
Well, if I'm Lane Kiffin, I love it.
I think it's great locker room material.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they should have it posted on everyone's locker. And you know what? If they want to tell us 13th and unranked at the end of the season, go ahead. But that ain't what's going to happen.
How is Tennessee not in the top 25?
Yeah.
How are they not in the top 25?
I don't understand.
That's asinine with 2 S's and a 9.
Well, you're going to put LSU in the top 20. LSU and Tennessee are kind of in the same boat in my eyes.
Yeah.
So you're going to have LSU at 6 with Nussmeier coming in, and then Tennessee unranked. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Mason, I agree with you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's
spot
a
on.
media stunt.
It's got to be, right?
Yep.
It's got to be.
Thanks,
I hope
Mason.
it is.
Yep. Everyone's
Appreciate it,
talking
man.
about it.
YouTube, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We'd really, really appreciate it.